Hello my people, welcome to my channel. Let's connect to UG. You are most welcome. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, thank you for viewing all my videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my returning subscribers. Thank you, I salute you. Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Yes, I'm coming live. I'm coming from Kampala, Uganda. So that's why I'm greeting everyone, whether it is morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are most welcome. Yeah, thank you for the support. Thank you for always subscribing. Please share my videos, subscribe, comment, keep commenting. Yeah, just do whatever you have to do. We need this channel to grow. Yeah, so but thank you so much for being there. Today I'm going to talk about how to move on after breakup. How to move on, because I have seen people telling me, you know what, it's hard to move on after breakup. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in one place. I don't know. So that's why I choose, like, today let me talk about it. Let us share the ideas together in the comment section. Make sure you go there and you comment on it, you give advice. Yeah, because uh, it's a very important topic, because what I know is that most of people, maybe you went through it, or you are going through it, or you will go through it. There are things in life that you either in it, or you were in it, or you are going you are going to go through it. So our topic today is how to move on after breakup. Yes, how to move on after breakup. What are you supposed to do? Yeah, so it's hard to let go of someone you love, but it's harder to hold on to something that isn't yours anymore. It's hard to let something you love go, or it's hard to let someone you love go, but it's harder to hold on something that isn't yours anymore. It's very hard. It's hard to let it go. For example, it's hard to let a business go, to know that a business is no longer working. So it's hard to let it go. It's hard to let marriage go. It's hard to let the relationship go. It's hard to let most of the things that we love so much, to let it go. But it's harder to keep it, to keep holding to something that you know for sure isn't yours anymore. You know for sure that this thing does not belong to me anymore. Like, you no longer have a hand on it. It is no longer your responsibility. So it's hard to keep it. When it comes to relationship, yes, it's hard to break up. It's hard to leave someone you love so much. But it's harder to keep that person, knowing that that person doesn't love you anymore, that that person is not yours anymore. So after you realize that, that thing you love so much, you don't have control of it, that thing you love so much is no longer yours, that thing you love too much is no longer part of you. After you realize that, then you start letting it go. You start letting it go. When you know that something doesn't belong to you, it becomes easier for you to let it go. When you know that in this marriage, this man is no longer belong to me, he found another person, this woman is no longer belong to me, then you start asking yourself, then what am I doing? So you start letting it go, knowing that something is no longer yours. Yes, it was yours, but right now it's no longer yours. If it is a job, that position was yours. Thank God you did it very well. You were hardworking, but now the time comes they no longer need you. It is no longer your job. It's no longer your position. Then you have to let it go, because whether you keep holding it or not, it does not belong to you, and it is no longer yours. So you don't keep thinking about that, thinking like, okay, now this is my job, it was used to be my job, I need, no, it's no longer yours. Yes, it was yours. So after knowing that something is no longer belong to you, then you start developing like the spirit of letting go. You start developing that spirit of letting go. Why can't I let it go? After all, it is no longer mine. So letting go is not about forgetting. When it comes, because we are talking about breakups, so you will find most of the breakups, it is in the relationship form. So it's not easy to break up. So letting go is not about forgetting the person, it's about accepting that you cannot change the situation and move on. It's not about letting go, or it's not about forgetting this person. You'll find most of the people, they say, for me, I want to forget my boyfriend, I want to forget my fiance, I want to forget my wife, no, it's not about forgetting, because there are people you will not forget in your life. The people you shared a life with, the people you shared the love with, the people you shared, sometimes you will find even you have children with that person, so you cannot forget them. You cannot forget them, but you let them go. You accept that you cannot change the situation. You accept that whatever went through, you accept that love was there, but it is no longer there. It's all about accepting. It's all about acceptance. Like, you have to accept that things are changed, the situation, and you have to move on. You have to put it in inside your heart, knowing that, yes, you see. So letting go is not about forgetting the person. So don't think like you will forget, because as I said, there are people that you will not forget. How can you forget the father of your children? How can you forget the mother of your children? How can you forget a person who has been there for you? So it's not about forgetting, it's about accepting. So most of the people, we want to forget and we don't want to accept. So it's better to accept, because you are not going to forget. That's why we take long to heal. You take long to heal. You take long to move on, because for you think you are going to forget that person. No, there are things you are not going to forget. There are people you are not going to forget. What you need to do is to leave them the way they are, and accept that the relationship is no longer there, accept that friendship is no longer there, accept the situation and move on. But don't focus on forgetting. No, it's not about forgetting, it's about acceptance. So if you want to overcome and move on after breakup, just focus on letting go. Focus on acceptance, not on forgetting. So don't try to forget, just accept. I'm telling you, you cannot start a new chapter in your life if you keep reading the last one. Let me tell you, you cannot start a new chapter. If you are a book reader, if you're a person who has a passion, you're passionate in reading, or you love reading, let me tell you something. You have to read a chapter to chapter. You open this chapter, you read after, and then you open another one, you read, you open. That's how it is from chapter number 1 to the last chapter. But if if you keep rereading the last one, if you keep reading like the first chapter, the first page, you will never reach at the last chapter. So life is like a reading book. You read from page 1 to the last page. But if you keep reading the first page, you keep reading the first page, you will never finish the book. You will never finish the book. So you start a new chapter in your life if you keep you cannot start a new chapter in your life if you keep rereading the last one. For you don't want to move forward. You don't want to open another chapter. You are afraid, and you are afraid, and you fear to open another chapter because you don't know what to expect in another chapter, because you don't know what is in another chapter. So you feel comfortable in that chapter you are reading, so you stay there. I'm telling you, you are wasting your time, because the book you are reading, you need to finish it. As long as you are reading one page, you are not going to finish the book, and the time is going. So that's how life is. You are reading, it's like a book. You keep opening, you read the chapter, then you find another chapter, you open another chapter, you read another chapter. So that's life. You keep rotating, you keep going. But if you focus on one page, you are not going to know what is happening. If it is a story, you are reading a quarter of the story, you don't know how the story is going to end. You don't know, you know how it started, but you don't know how it is going to end. So that is it. So you need to open the chapter. You know, when you are reading a book, sometimes you read a chapter and you like it. It's so amazing. The story is good. You're enjoying the story. Then you open another chapter. You'll find yourself crying on the another chapter because the story is changing. So that's life. So you as a person, I'm telling you, you better start a new chapter. Don't focus on one chapter. Don't be stagnant in one chapter. Yes, this chapter is ended. Open another one and see what is happening. If it is the same, open another one. You keep opening until the book is over. So don't be stagnant in that one chapter, because you have to move on. You have to move on. You have to see what God is planning for you. Because you failed this, it doesn't mean that you are going to fail in another thing. Focus on something else. You are focusing on this, now focus on something else. Because when you open the next chapter, you will find a different story. That's why I said that if you are reading a story, maybe you are happy, someone is happy, that chapter is all about happiness, meeting and new things and whatever. Then you will find another chapter, you are crying because the story is changing. So that's how life is. I'm telling you, you cannot change the past, but you can choose to create a better future for yourself. Past, we cannot. You cannot change the past. Whatever happened in the past, you cannot change it. But do you know what you can do? You can choose. Yes, you cannot change the past, but you can choose to create a better future for yourself. So past, there are things that happened in the past, there are things that happen, you cannot change it, but you know what? You can create a better future for yourself. You can choose your future. You cannot change the past, but you can choose the future. So you can decide to stay in the past, or you can choose to move on and face the future. But I'm not advising you to stay in the past, because there is nothing to stay for. There is nothing to stay for. You know, there is time for everything. If that time is over, you accept that it is over. If the relationship is over, accept that it is over. If it is marriage, it's over, accept that it is over. If it is the job or business, it's over, accept that it is over. Move on. Move on, move on, move on, move on, move on, move on, and face the future. In the reality, you will find what is better for you. So don't let pain of your past control the beauty of your future. Don't involve yourself all the time in the past. You know, you find people when like you are telling, okay, you can try this, and someone will say, I cannot try that, I cannot do this, I did this, it did not work out, I did this, it did, someone hurts me, I cannot do this, I will not. So you feel comfortable, you let the past control you, then you forget to move on. You forgot to move on, you live your past. And when you choose to live in the past, you live a complaining life. All the time, you are complaining. All the time. Because you know what? You are in a life that does not belong to you. You are in the situation that you are creating by yourself. Because the past you want to live in, you are no longer fitting there. So you are no longer fitting there. So the best way to do is for you to move on and start a new life. I'm telling you. So don't let your pain of your past control the beauty of your future. Yes, you got pain. Yes, you suffered. But now you have to let it go and focus on the future and see what future will bring for you. Yes, and love yourself enough to let go of what no longer what no longer serves you or what no longer deserves you. Let me tell you, it's all about loving yourself. When you love yourself, you let go of those things that does not fit your life. When you love yourself and you discover who you are, you start knowing that I don't deserve to be I did not deserve to be treated like that. I don't deserve to be like that. I don't deserve to be in this situation. Because you love yourself and you start thinking what is better for you. You start to know your value. You know that no, I'm not supposed to live like this. This does not belong to me. I'm not comfortable in this. So when you love yourself enough, you let go of what no longer serves you or what no longer belongs to you. You know what? Because you put yourself first. Let me tell you, the situation comes when you need to put yourself first, especially when it comes to breakup. Let me tell you, when you are in that situation, when you break up with someone you love, first of all, first love yourself. Know that you are worthy. Maybe something went wrong, maybe you did some mistakes, maybe it was your fault, but right now we are not about who did this and who did that. We are about letting go. We are about moving on, and you need to do that. So first of all, you love yourself. Know that you are worthy. Know that mistakes made by humans. You were a human. You made a mistake. Don't live in that mistake. Just move on and let go of what no longer serves you. After loving yourself, you will start saying that this does not, I don't deserve this. This is not good for me. This is not what I wanted. This is, so you start knowing what you want. It's important to love yourself enough to set boundaries and standards for how you deserve to be treated. After knowing, after loving yourself, you set a boundaries, because you love yourself enough to set a boundaries and standard of how you deserve to be treated. So you don't don't let people mistreating you. You don't let people put you down because you love yourself. And you know the boundaries. You start putting your boundaries. You say, I'm not going to pass here, I'm pass here. I'm not going to do this, I'm doing this. You are telling you can't tell me what to do because that is wrong. I'm not going to be an enemy of myself. I'm not going to live in a bandage because you know what? I love myself too much to be treated like that. You are not going to treat me like that. You know what? I love myself. I deserve more than that. I'm good enough. I'm not going to be like that. So after loving yourself, you start setting boundaries and standards of how you deserve to be treated. You start commanding respect. You know what? Because you deserve that, because you love yourself, because you know that you are worthy. I'm telling you. So you start putting that and say, you are not supposed to treat me like that. I'm not a dog. I'm not this. Because I know who I am and I love myself. I know I deserve better. So most of the time, the reason why it's hard for people to let it go because they don't love themselves enough to set their boundaries. They think that they cannot live without the other partner. They think they cannot do it without friends. They think they cannot, so they live in that fear of not letting go. But then they start mistreating you, calling you names, telling you what to do. If they tell you stand up, you stand up. When they tell you sit down, you sit down, because you refuse to move on. You choose to stay in the past. But let me tell you, when you love yourself enough and you know what you deserve, you know what you are capable of, you start moving ahead. You start moving ahead. You start setting up standards and say, if you cannot treat me like that, please, that is the way. If you cannot do this to me, please do that. If you cannot love me enough, please do that. You don't settle for less. You don't settle for the last, like, you know what, you are not important, but just be there. No. So you deserve to be treated well. So you are like, no, I deserve to be treated well. I deserve to be okay. I deserve to move on. I deserve something better. I deserve what is best for me. So that will encourage you and makes you like go on. It's not about how you fall. It's about how you get up and keep going. It's not about how you fall. It's not about the mistakes you did in the past. It's not about that, but it's all about how you get up and keep going. Yes, you fall. Yes, yes, you did something. Yes, you messed up. Yes, it all happened. Yes, you can bring all the reasons. Yes, we'll understand. But what matters right now is how you get up and keep going. Is how you stand up and you say, what, I'm not going to stay in this situation. I'm not going to stay in this relationship. I'm not going to stay in this way. I'm standing up. I'm moving on. So that is all that matters. You did mistakes. You cannot correct. There are mistakes that cannot be corrected. But you know what? You can move on. The only way to correct some mistakes is to leave them behind and move on and do the right thing. But if you keep yourself complaining, blaming yourself for what you did, you will never correct the mistakes. So the only way to correct some of the mistakes is that, you know, I did something wrong, I messed up, but I'm ready to correct the mistakes. I'm ready to start again. I'm ready to do it again. I'm ready to move on. That's all matters. So don't rely on failed relationship. We are talking about how to move on after breakup. How to move on. So you choose to move on. You choose to let it go. You get up and keep going, no matter where you are going. What matters is the end. What matters is not the way you started, but what will matter, or what matters is the way that you are going to end. What is your ending point? It's not about the starting point. People start things in a different ways, but at the end of the day, do you know where you are heading? Do you know where it is going to end? So you still have a long way to go. The end is not near. So you still have a long journey to go. So use that chance, use that long journey to find your destiny, to find your life. I'm telling you, I love this because we need to move on. We need to move on. We need to move on. And we need to find a way how we can do that, how we can move on. Yes, let us not, most of the time we look into the failures. We don't learn and grow from experience. And those things happen. It's good to learn from the failures, from the things that did not work out. It's good to learn from the experiences, and we learn from them, we grow from them. You know what? Because when you learn something, whether it is bad or good, it makes you to make a good decision. You know that I did this, it was good, then I can do it again. Through experience, you are like, okay, what I experienced in that business, what I experienced in this and that relationship, I think I can still do this again and again. Then you are like, okay, what happened to me? I passed that experience. I will never take that way again. I will never take that road again. So we learn from our mistakes. We learn from our failures. We learn from our past. Let us learn from the past and grow from the experience. The experience, what you faced about, don't bury it. No, that experience will help you to move on, will help you to stand again, will help you, because you know that you went through. Every ending is a new beginning. Every ending is a new beginning. Let me tell you, when something ends, something else has to begin. I'm telling you, it's not over. It's as long as it's not the end of life. If something ends, something else must start. If a business ends, another business must start. If you lose a job, you have to look for another job. If marriage fails, you have to go into another marriage. If a relationship fails, you have to go into another relationship. The life ends when you end. The life ends when you die. But every ending is a new beginning. If something else ends, you have to begin something. For example, you are a student. After you end with education, what next? You end with your studies. What next is a job. You have to look for a job. That's because the chapter of studying is over. Now a new chapter has to be opened. A new chapter is you having a business. A new chapter is you having what you have learning to put them in experience. It's a new chapter now is for a looking job, because another chapter is ended. A new chapter has to begin. So that's how it is. Every ending is a new beginning. So when you end something, make sure you have to start another thing. You can't stay there. Everything. You are ending this, you are starting this. You are ending this relationship, you are starting again. You are ending this, you are starting this. You are ending this. So wherever you put it in your mind that whenever something ends, a new one has to begin. Don't end something and stay stagnant there. If it is the business, it ends, it fails, start another one. Start another one. That's why you will see people shifting from one business to another. He was doing this, now he's shifting because time for that is ended. He cannot stay without a business. Now he's shifting to a new business. So make sure that If something ends, you start in another thing. Don't end with that, because for you that has ended, but for you still have a life to live. That's why you have to start again. It's okay, it's good, it's 100% to keep starting again. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start. As long as you start, you have to keep starting. You starting this, it's failed. You start again, it's failed. As long as you live, starting will never stop. Because there are things in life that you will have to keep starting. You start this, it ends. You start this, it ends. You start that, it ends. So you keep standing. So if you are there and you think like your life, because you break up with someone you loved, you think your life is ending, you better pull your socks and start again. Start another relationship, start another love. You are still alive. It ends when you end. It ends when you die. When you die, that is the end of you. But as long as you still live, you still have to start again and again. Life is too short to waste. Let me tell you guys, life is too short to waste time on someone who doesn't value you. Don't waste your time on someone who doesn't value you. Life is short. Live your life. Be happy. Find what makes you happy, because the life we are living in, it is very short. Life is short. So it is short for you to live a miserable life. It is short for you to live depending on someone, like wasting time, someone who doesn't value you, someone who doesn't love you, but for you, you are clinch on that person. You cannot leave me until death do us apart. So don't waste your time with someone who doesn't love you. Don't waste your time with someone who doesn't value you. Don't waste your time for someone who doesn't need you. If you don't need me, I don't need you. If you don't value me, I don't value you. Why do I have to do something and I don't get it in a return? Why would I love you? We are in a relationship. I love you and you don't love me back. Why would I be the one begging for you all the time? Why would I treat you in the right way and for you treat me like a trash? You know what? Because you don't need me. So I rather go away and find someone who will value me, who will value my time, who will value my care, who will value my love. I rather go and find that person. It's not about finding someone who completes you. It's about finding someone who accepts and loves all of you. It's not about finding someone who completes you. No, you might be completing me. It's not necessary. But do you know what you need? You need to find someone who accepts and loves all of you and love who you are. You need acceptance. If someone doesn't accept you and love you who you are, then you are not supposed to be in that relationship. Then it's better for you to end it and move on. Because a person who doesn't accept you and love you all, do you know why I'm using the word love you, all of you? To love all of you, to love the whole you, to love the outer you, to love the inner you, to love your heart, to love what is inside you, which means what comes out, what comes inside you. That person loves it. He loves the words. He loves he loves what you tell him or her. He loves what comes inside you. He loves what is outside of you. So he loves what is physical, and he loves what is in the inner part. So that person, I'm telling you, who accept you whether you are in wrong, who will understand you, that's all we need. But most of the time we are saying, I want someone who will complete me. Let me tell you, You are the one to complete yourself. Because what is missing inside you, no one is going to put that in you. If you miss self-esteem, you miss confidence, you miss you don't love yourself, it will be hard for someone to come and try to put self-esteem in you, to put confidence in you, to put self-love in you. So for you are the one to complete yourself, love yourself, find confidence in you, be self-esteem, so complete yourself. So most of the time what we are looking into a relationship, we are looking for someone to complete us. No. You are the one to complete yourself. You are the one to love yourself first. So what we want someone else to come is, we want that person to come to accept who we are, to accept what completes us, then to love all of what we are. So when you are looking for someone who completes you, at the end of the day, you are going to end up being heartbroken, because no one is going to complete you apart from God. You are the one to complete yourself, to be full of yourself. So someone else will just come and accept what you have, accept you the way you are, and love the all of you. So that's what we should be looking for in a relationship. Now we are looking into how to avoid breakups. So at the first time when you want to go into relationships, what are you looking for? So don't look for someone to complete you. That person is not there. Even you cannot complete someone. How can you complete someone you did not create? What can you put on someone who doesn't put it into who doesn't put that thing into himself or herself? So you have to know what you want. You have to complete yourself. Then someone will accept who you are and love you the way you are. Because just because the relationship is over, it does not mean the love was never there. Most of the people I have come to see people who say that how could he leave me, how could she leave me, it seems she never loved me, it seems he never loved me. No, that is not true, because the love relationship did not work it out. It is over doesn't mean that love was never there. Love was there. That is the denial. We have to come out of the denial. Love was there, but it was there for some time. Love was there. Don't say, he pretended to love me. No, he did not pretend to love you. She did not pretend to love you. The love was there, but what was there was for a season. What was there was for season. It was not there to last long. So there are people, or there are things that God may put us to go through it for a season. So that love was real. That man loved you, that woman loved you, but that love was for the season. It was not meant to last forever. So accept that. Know that there is something for a season. Not everything, not every relationship, not every love is meant to last forever. You have to put that in mind, that not every love, not every relationship is gonna last forever. There are relationships and love that are going to be there for a season, that are going to be there, and God knows why that. So when you try to enter into a relationship or marriage, go thinking in that way, knowing that maybe this may be for a season or it may last forever. So you go with two things. So don't go there thinking that it will never end. We have a saying now these days that it will end in tears. Yes, no, going there knowing that maybe one day it will end in tears. So for that, you will know how to Yeah, how to handle when the time comes and you have to let it go. Believe in yourself and the rest will fall into a place. I'm telling you, believe in yourself. Know who you are. Know the inner beauty of you. Know that you are beautiful. Because when you believe in yourself, you are not going to stay stagnant in one place. You are not going to be heartbroken and stay in that situation forever. Because you believe in yourself. You believe that if I made this, I can still make another one. I survived this, I will survive another one. I am loved, I'm beautiful. So you believe in yourself, and that will help you to move on. That will help you to move on. You don't need to you don't need anyone else to complete you, as you already whole. As I said, you don't need anyone to complete you. You are enough. You are enough. You are whole. So if someone comes and say no, you are not complete, then that person doesn't deserve you. I'm telling you, as long as you believe yourself, as long as you love yourself, as long as you know who you are, if someone comes and say no, you are not complete, don't listen to that nonsense. I'm telling you, you are good enough, you are complete. So don't allow anyone who has to tell you, who tell that I'm leaving you because you are not complete. Complete in what? Because I have seen people said, you know, you are not complete, you are not suitable for me, you are not. So if I'm not suitable, I'm not the one who's not suitable for you. You are not suitable for me. So don't take those words and say, you know, someone said I'm not complete for him, I'm not suitable for him, maybe I'm not worthy. No, that's why I say know who you are worthy. If that person doesn't deserve you, there is another one who's going to see the complete of you and accept you the way you are. So be grateful the lessons learned, even if they are painful. Thank God that you went through that. Thank God that you went through that situation. Thank God that you learned something from that. I'm telling you, although it were painful, but thank God that you went through it. Now you have courage. Now you know how to handle some situations. I'm telling you, as I'm finishing, let me tell you this one. When one door closes, another opens. So be grateful for the new opportunities that come upon your way. That door of relationship was closed, but nay, don't worry, open another one. Keep opening another one, and be grateful for the new opportunities that come your way. Be grateful that you are going to meet someone better. You may think that the one you had was the best, but I'm telling you, the best is yet to come. You are going to meet someone who will value you. You are going to meet someone who will appreciate you. You will meet someone who understands you. You will meet someone who will treat you like a princess, who will treat you like you are worthy to be treated. So I'm here to encourage you. I'm telling you, don't lean on the past. Don't dwell on the past. Just move on. Move on. You are going to find what is better for you. Something good is waiting for you. Something better is going to happen. So you better stand up and move on, because life, it just the beginning. Whatever has the beginning, it has an end. And when something ends, something new has to start. So I hope that you're out watching me. You are going to start again and again. Keep starting until you're successful in whatever you want. The life is not ending today because you are hurt. the life is beginning afresh, because you are starting a new life. You are starting afresh. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for following me. Please don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. I'm here to welcome every comment on this topic. You can send us your comment. You can tell us what you think. Let us help each other. You too, you can advise us accordingly. Thank you so much. May God bless you. See you on my next video.